Guys, I'm in the 5 Palm, but no one wanted to tell me that every single girl here is working. Why are people coming up to me? I'm not even trying to speak to them, they're coming to speak to me. They're talking to me, and then they're asking for me for a transaction.
Oh, Lord. Again. Again. Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
Everyone here, literally every single person that spoke to me has asked me for dirhams at the end. What does this mean? No one wanted to tell me.
Look, it doesn't matter where you go, all right? Anywhere around the world, man, these things have been happening since biblical times, all right? You can be in Saudi Arabia, China, the US, it happens everywhere. Everywhere. Bro, at the end of the day, I think sauna should be for first come, first serve basis. Like, you need to reserve a time spot, bro. There's no reason why I should be in a sauna with another sweaty ass man. I don't want to do that. Can you please carve me out some time so I can spend some time alone and chilling there myself?
Need something?
Hey man, I know this is weird as hell, and I was seeing if you had the mayonnaise.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
You need some mayonnaise?
I know that's a weird question to ask.
I got some mayonnaise. Give me a second. I'll be right there.
Thank you.
It's one thing to borrow maybe some cooking oil, some salt, something to throw down in the pot. There's no reason why you should go to your neighbor and ask him for a spread of mayonnaise. I don't know if that's just out of desperation or not, bro. You just gonna have to eat a wish sandwich at this point, bro. Grown ass man shouldn't be asking another grown man for some mayonnaise, bro. I just don't believe that. It's a condiment. All right, some things you just have to go get it on your own, bro, not mayonnaise. What it looks like, you gonna go ask another man for some white creamy stuff to put on your meat and bread between it, like that don't work. It doesn't work like that.
And I just want to say, whoever is telling these men, since it's TikTok After Dark, whoever is telling these men that just because you have good D, all you gotta do is have good D, and you don't gotta lick the beat. What?
Ah, shit. Had to go again.
No, I don't care. I don't care how good it is. I don't care how good it is. In the back of my mind, I'm gonna be thinking like, damn, I really need to get 8 from the rooter to the tutor. The D is great, but I really need to get 8. So I'm finna call. Damn, I know this eater over here though. I ain't never had to ask. Like shit. I don't know. But like I said, you hear it in a lot of rap songs, everything. A lot of these dudes feel like, I don't know, I think it's you women making them feel like as long as that D is good, they don't gotta do all that. Not with me. Now I'm wrong. Now I'm wrong if I'm making appointments.
You know what's crazy? Times have changed so much, man. When I was a teenager, bro, if you talked about oral anything, man, you would get shunned on. Like, people would laugh at you. People would think that you was crazy. Now it's mandatory. They don't even want penetration anymore. They, both male and female, would rather have oral sex. That's what they want now. The best eater, they're handing out the titles or nothing. People won't even date each other if they're not eating. That's what I'm seeing right now. That's crazy how times have changed.
You have definitely went viral over saying that men deserve to be with more than one woman, and we're not just speaking in poly. You speaking is just in general. In general, yeah. That you believe that they should be with multiple women. Why is that?
Honestly, I feel like as a man, you don't have to be super rich to deserve more than one woman. I just feel like men have their needs and they wants. And some people are like, oh, you can let them be with more than one woman and they still don't want another woman. But
true, I believe that too. The more you give them, the more they ask for.
I just feel like if they're not bringing home disease and outside babies, and when I say outside babies, I mean babies I'm not aware of. So you can go out there and have a baby with somebody else because
as long as he tell you about this baby,
yes,
you okay with
I can't produce a bunch of kids for a man. We're limited. Why did God bless men with all of this sperm? It was to create life. So they can't create all this life with just one woman. It's impossible.
Not. Okay.
Look, this woman is absolutely, she just wants to live her life to where she knows her man, the person that she loves, is going to come home to her and take care of the stuff he needs to take care of. He going to go out and have extracurricular activities. And she is okay with that. She doesn't want to get in between that, no way, shape, or form, but she understands it's going to happen. She has accepted the fact that it happens majority of the time, and she is okay with letting it slide. Some people, if you're just okay with it, you're okay with it. Good for you. You get what I'm saying? But that's the reason why she's probably going to stay in a relationship, all right? That's the reason why her man, like, you know what, bro? I don't have to deal with this shit. I'm going to just go home to bed at the end of the day. I'm going to just go home because she cool. She cool with everything. I don't know. Women ain't going to like her. Women are not going to like her. Men will.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you can save...
See, man, this brother right here just proposed to the wrong female. She not even happy. She faking it. Brother, I hope you okay.
They finna say I'm in women business, but every time I see a girl do this right here, I already know what type of girl you is. I know your whole character. Your whole personality comes off the internet. You speak in TikTok trends. You'll never miss an episode of Baddies. Your algorithm is full of how to look good, but not actually how to be a good person. And whatever you lack in morals, you don't lack in baby hairs. That's just an observation. But I feel like we checking that at the door, like we know what come with it, and we not dealing with that no more. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel like I'm in women business, hey, I'm talking about in there, and I clock that.
It's hella scandalous. Look at this food's he's door dashing and taking food from the people. Oh, what a sick fool. He's putting his shoes on there. Oh, wow. I got you on camera, bro. You're sick, bro. You're disgusting. Why are you gonna put your shoes? You're disgusting, bro. You're nasty, bro. This guy's putting shoes on the people's food. You're disgusting, bro. You're fucking sick. You're disgusting, bro. I got you on camera, bro.
It's mine.
Huh?
It's mine.
It's yours?
Mine.
Okay, bro. It's yours.
You know, man, I used to think like, man, you can tamper-proof the shit out of any bag, drink, anything. But these DoorDash drivers, bro, the requirements to be a driver doesn't take much anyway. You just need an ID and a car, dog, with some insurance, and you good. You could be eating for free. Let alone, bro, you can probably walk into almost any business and look at the name on the back or just grab it and just dip. That's how easy it is right now. We're on a trust system, and trust me, this system really don't work. 1 out of 10 times you're gonna lose some food, bro. Business owners have been losing food left and right because of this system, and it's crazy. We need to do better. DoorDash has to do better with their drivers, like some sort of penalty. They're gonna have to step up their game. Stolen orders, dudes just be eating orders, bro. You order a 10-piece wing, when you get it, it's 8 pieces now, dude. And you ate 2 of your flats. You mad? Fries.
There's this page going around saying that if a girl has a BBL, she will never be faithful to her man. And I kid you not, this post literally has around like 5,000 comments. A bunch of dudes saying that like, yeah, as soon as my girl got her BBL, she started cheating. This other girl was like, or other guy was like, as soon as my wife got her BBL, which I paid for, she left me for another guy. And I'm like, damn. The post literally has around 1.2 million likes, which I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of dudes that their girl either cheated when they got that BBL. So I need all my BBL warriors to let me know, man, are you guys faithful or...
Oh, I 100% agree, man. Like, she didn't go and get that whole surgery, go through days and days of pain. The show it off to one man? Oh, no, indeed, no. All right, most of the women that are doing this are just chasing clout, or they looking for a bag, some way, shape, or form. They're really not doing it for themselves, per se. You probably get small percentages, but if you're getting one, nah, she's showing that off to the world, my guy.
Men are not used to
haircuts getting paid for. Random Apple Pay and wire transfers, they're not used to that. But when you're dealing with a boss, a woman that get money, you get spoiled. You get taken care of. When you around me, you gonna put that wallet up. You can call me a sugar mama. You can call me whatever you want to call me. You my man. I'm taking care of you. There's no way around it. And that's something I don't feel like men are used to.
Please protect this woman at all costs. Please. Understanding that sometimes it's okay to treat your man. She has a good head on her shoulders, man. Keep it, reshare, post, save this one.
So I'm noticing that there are a lot of women on the internet who are 35 plus, and they're very, very angry. And the reason why they're angry is because they're trying to figure out why is it that men their age are choosing to be with younger women. Outside of the physical, there's two main reasons as to why they're choosing to be with younger women. Number one is younger women are usually more teachable. Secondly, younger women tend to have less baggage. Once a woman starts getting to that 35 plus age range, first of all, a lot of times she's very, very desperate. She has been ran through. A lot of the time she has had, a lot of failed relationships. She's probably a baby mom to one or two men, right? So she has a lot of baggage, right? And the older that a woman becomes, the more stuck in her ways she becomes, which means that she does not want to be taught by a man, right? If anything, at this point, she is just looking for a simp or somebody to be okay with taking on all her baggage and trauma and being okay with it. And then also looking for a provider, something that feels safe, something that feels secure, even though she wasn't thinking about this in her 20s and in her 30s when she was getting ran through and, baby mom left and right. And just all of these things that just it's just not appealing as far as a man wanting to choose a wife, right? So with that being said, the reason why they're picking younger women is because younger women are obviously more physically attractive a lot of times. And on top of that, they don't have children. And on top of that, they're able to actually be taught. And when a man is talking about a long-term relationship with a woman, especially marriage, he very much wants to be the leader of his household, and he very much wants to be able to teach his woman, because men are leaders. That's the way that God designed it. So with that being said, I say it time and time again. It is not a flex, ladies, to stay out on the dating market and, forever into your late 30s and early 40s. It is not a flex. The faster that you can get married, the better off you are, because all that's out here in the dating market is just you having a higher chance of being a baby mom and having a higher chance of having more emotional baggage, filled relationships, and trauma.
Hey man, it's something different when you grow older with someone that you grow old with. But if you're a man in your 40s or upper 30s and you meeting another woman that age, yes, emotionally, she's stuck in her ways. She's not gonna be able to compromise, and that's fine too. But you know what men are wanting to do? They're gonna want to find someone, preferably now. It's gonna be a younger person that's okay with changing their emotions, okay with changing a little bit about who they are to be in a relationship. That's totally fine. We see it happen all the time.
You know what's so crazy? Women will always make videos saying that men cheat. Men will cheat if the opportunity presents itself. Most men aren't even loyal, this and that. But do you know what's one thing I see all the time? Like, not ignoring what she said, two things could be true. Why is it that every time a girl goes to a Chris Brown concert and she gets pulled on stage, she's married? Why every time a girl goes to any type of concert, Usher is putting cherries in her mouth and she's married? Yeah. I don't think we can sit here and say that anymore, because women are getting just as bad with cheating. How many times have you seen me share videos of women in the back of a guy's car while their boyfriend's working? Yeah, there's a video I shared a couple years ago and it kind of broke me because it was real sad, man. Like, I've been cheated on before, but it's been a real long time since I had to feel that. And we all know cheating hits you like a ton of bricks. I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I'd rather be jumped than get cheated on. That's how bad it hurts. And it's something that never goes away. It takes a lot of years to really fix that type of trauma. I really feel like it does something to your brain. But yeah, I'd rather get stabbed up. I swear to God. There's a video of a guy. He's with his girl. They were together for a couple of years. She tells him, babe, I don't want to work anymore. Like, I'm so tired of working. Cool. He says, you know what, babe? Quit your job. I'll put you in school. You could stay home. He gets 2 jobs. He's working. Dude's working 60 hours a week, which I think is fucking slavery. No woman deserves that unless she's pregnant or something. I'm sorry. There comes a time where you should be a teammate. You know what I mean? Come on, bitch. You're lazy. Anyway, right after that, she cheats on him, fucks with somebody, has this dude in their home, and then you know what her answer was? You never spend time with me. The way I would have blew that motherfucking house up with you and that dude in it. Oh yes, because that would have been my last straw. You mean I'm working these hours for nothing when I'm doing everything to cater to your needs? So there's nothing wrong with loving a woman. There's nothing wrong with bending over backwards for a woman, but a good woman. This basura that we have nowadays of women, fuck no. And you can call me a pick me. I already got a man, been picked. But I'm just saying, why do you guys like to go out of your way to say that all men cheat? If you're going to say that, let's include women. If you look at the stats, men cheat about 46%. Women are about, I think they said 42% or 40%. And women back then cheated way less. Now they're getting up there. So what does that tell you? Women are cheating just as much as men are, close to it, because why? They probably think they have a lot of options. And I think sometimes women cheat a lot more because they get more attention. Do you know how many men come up to women in a day, especially when she's fine? Do you know how many men at the job are getting at her because she's fine? Even when you're ugly as fuck, men come up to you. And I know this because I work in a male-dominated field. Okay, I'm done.
Do I feel like women cheat more than men? That's going to be a battle for the ages. Now, if I had to say, women cheat with more everything because everything is on the line. Now, I understand there's kind of outliers out there because, man, you probably never should have been in this or should have never did this. But at the end of the day, it's both sexes, to be honest. That's just me. That's my thought, man. You can't really put a number on it. The battle is going to be there, but what I have noticed is that more women claim that more women cheat. Women throw themselves under the bus all the time.
All right, guys, so in this video, I'm going to talk about the brutal shit that I learned about women as a bouncer. When I was working in the clubs for years, I would observe exactly what women would do, what they would react to, including my own experience when I would mess around with women and go clubbing myself. Okay, so I wrote down 20 things. This is going to be an in-depth video about the things that I learned about women, and I guarantee it's going to put you guys on some game. Okay, so the first thing is women actually cheat way more than men. The reason they cheat way more than men is because women have more options than men. A woman just has to step foot outside of her fucking house, let alone the club. As soon as she steps foot inside the club, she's going to leave that club with at least 3 to 4 guys that came up to her, with guys giving her number. And chances are she's going to take those options, entertain them, okay? And if she's a little sneaky, which most girls are nowadays, she's going to cheat, okay? Women have way more accessibility to cheat than men, okay? And that's something that was very obvious, especially early on, okay? Women get guys coming up to them all the time in the nightclub. If your girlfriend goes to the clubs and she's telling you that she's just having fun with her friends, she's having multiple guys coming up to her every single night, okay? I want you to think about that. What are the chances that one of those guys looks better than you? High chance, high probability. And that's actually important because I'm going to talk about that later on. So bottom line is women actually cheat way more than men, and you'll never find out if a woman is cheating or not. Trust me, you will never find out. Okay, so that's point number 1. Point number 2, which might be controversial, okay? Most women do not really primarily care about money. Okay, there's this idea online that guys like to say that women care about money, and as long as you have money, as long as you have a good wallet, that's all that matters. Guys, the worst thing that you can do in a nightclub is offer a woman a drink, buy her a bottle, okay, and throw money at her. You do not want to lead with your fucking wallet, okay? Guys, I would see this all the time in the nightclubs, man. A guy would invite a woman to her section, order some bottles. The woman would never leave with the guy, okay? The woman would never leave with the guy. She would take him as a simp, okay? Because when women see that kind of behavior, they see that you're pandering to them. They see that you're catering to them. They see that you're being needy. You're trying to flex your wallet, okay? You're trying to grab her attention with your money, and that shows low value, okay? So when you offer a woman a drink, when men lead with their wallet, that's actually a turnoff for women, and women are gonna actually take your money, drink the liquor, and then they're gonna go fuck the guy who actually looks good or the guy that they actually like, because just that behavior alone of you trying to cater to her by spending money, she's gonna take you as a simp ass motherfucker, guaranteed. I saw this all the time, and I made this mistake myself. I tried this hundreds of times. I would go out by myself and I would open an interaction offering the woman a drink versus opening the interaction in a different way like I'm gonna talk about, okay? And every time I would open the interaction offering a woman a drink, she would just drink my shit and be like, yo, this guy's fucking stupid. He's trying to like please me. He needs me, because that's coming across needy, which is a huge mistake, okay? So women don't primarily like money. And I'm gonna tell you guys a story. The owner of the club that I used to work at, he was a guy who was always dripped out in Dior, Gucci. He had chains on and everything. Anytime he would see a beautiful chick coming inside the club, this guy would literally buy her a bottle, give her a champagne bottle, bring her to his section. The women, you know what they would do? They would literally wait till he would go to the bathroom and they would come up to me and give me their number or look at me hella fucking sexual and literally like touch and feel up on me when I was working as a bouncer. Literally, that happened so many times to the point where I even ended up getting fired from the club, guys, because every woman that the guy liked, for some reason, that woman would come up to me, right? Because I'm sexy, you know what I'm saying? I look like a Spanish Drake, you know? They would come up to me and they would reject him completely. Mind you, he was buying them bottles. They knew he had money. They knew he was the owner. But that wasn't enough to get the women actually interested in him. Therefore, the idea that women really care about money and that's what they're primarily interested in is fucking bullshit. They'll use men for their resources and then they'll fuck the guys who they actually want to fuck and they actually like, okay? So that's the second thing that I learned about women. Point number 3 is women get turned on and they actually like it when they see you talking and macking on other women. And this is true even if you're in a relationship, because jealousy is a sexual turn on for women. If you make a woman jealous, okay, she's actually gonna be even more attracted to you. Let's say you're in a relationship with a chick, okay? I'm gonna tell you guys a story. I was in a relationship with this chick, 2 separate stories. One of them we had broken up with. I really liked this chick, but she was doing some sneaky shit behind my back. I really liked her. She was doing some sneaky shit. So I was like, you know what, fuck this chick. 3 days later, she pulls up to the club that I work at, okay? Now, mind you, there's a chick present at the club that I had been talking to for a couple days, right? So what ended up happening was I ended up making out with that chick, okay? And next thing you know, as I'm making out with that chick, my ex, who I literally broke up 3 days ago with, literally walks by us both, okay? And in my head, I'm like, holy fuck. Now she's gonna think I was cheating on her this whole time. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of cared about her. So I was also thinking like, oh, she's gonna talk so much shit about me. Like she's gonna hate me, right? Guys, you know what happened? When I went home that night, after I got off the clock, my ex was blowing up my fucking phone. 20 missed calls, back to back to back to back. And guess what? I ended up laying pipe that same night.
Dude, some professions just go ahead and they get the business. They always have just access all the time. Club bouncers, bro. Barbers, personal trainers, those male nurses. Oh, them dudes. Straight male nurses, not the gay ones. Straight male nurses. What other professions that are always getting after something? Like they always getting after something. You just own to have the bad rep. Yeah, brother. Yeah, DJs. DJs, I know y'all be getting it. Club promoters. Like I said, bouncers, crazy.
Let's be so for real. Sometimes that man is not trying to argue. Sometimes that man just wants to be heard. Sometimes that man wants to be appreciated when he comes home instead of bitched at for taking out the trash. Sometimes that guy wants to be recognized for all of the little things he does or even the big things that he does, and he doesn't want to be compared to Susie Q and her boyfriend down the street because you've been scrolling social media all fucking day and you want to compare relationships. Maybe that man is doing the best that he fucking can. Maybe he's going through his own mental health issues or his testosterone levels are dropping and he doesn't know what to do, and maybe his hair is falling out, and instead of you encouraging him and hyping him up, you want to just talk down to that man, and then you can't understand why your relationship is in the toilet. Oh, and better yet, you'll come on social media for validation from random strangers to tear down that man. I'm sorry, but if you come on the internet and you tear tear down your relationship and you let every single person on the internet know your business about your relationship, then you deserve to get cheated on. Not only do you deserve to get cheated on, you deserve to get divorced and never see that man ever again. Because why are you going to humiliate him and then expect to have a positive relationship? Like, somebody make it make sense. It's crazy how so many women come on here and they want to feel heard and they want to feel seen, but they never take the time to make their man feel heard or seen. Because if he, tells his feelings and he's too emotional, but then if he doesn't say his feelings, then, you're wondering why he doesn't talk to you anymore. He doesn't talk to you anymore because you throw it in his face. You make him feel bad about it. You bring it up every conversation. You look at him as less than anytime he tries to speak up because you don't think it's masculine to actually have feelings. When you say you want that man to open up and have feelings, you want him to open up and understand you because you're selfish. And let's be so for real, the amount of women that don't know how to be in relationships because they don't know how to communicate, and when they do communicate, it's passive aggressive. They give the silent treatment. They have built up resentment because they don't know how to communicate, and then the relationship fails and they turn around and call that man a narcissistic piece of shit that was love bombing. And let's not forget that love bombing is only a thing when the relationship doesn't work out, because when the relationship does work out, then he's courting her and all of the flowers, cards, the extra mile that he went to get her is acceptable. Let's be so for real, the biggest problem in relationships is women expecting this laundry list of expectations to be met, but it's unrealistic delusion that she should have sparks and butterflies all of the time in this fairy tale romance, but that's not reality. And in the interim, she's going to ignore that man. She's going to put that man down. She's going to make that man feel so small, but then she can't understand why he turns around and has an emotional affair with somebody at work. Or when he goes to be intimate, she decides to reject him every single time and then blames it on having a headache because she's, again, doesn't know how to communicate, and she's a selfish child that only wants her needs met but never figures out how to meet his needs. So tell me, how many men right now are sitting in silence because they don't know how to speak up in their relationships, because when they used to speak up, they were torn down for it? Okay, bye.
Fellas, it's gonna come a time, a day and age, when you really become more self-aware about your emotions. You're gonna wake up one day and just be like, damn, I just wanna be happy. Despite whatever it comes with, despite all the battles you have to fight, and you decide like one day you just wanna be happy, you're gonna see. The harsh reality of men is that we bear already so much of a load, okay? And when you try to add your own peace, love, and happiness to it, you have even more to bear. Yeah, it's crazy. But guys, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and sub. I'll see you on the next one.